Up, guys? Back live with some 2K. Jump right into it. Just getting the thumbnail up. Do some career games.
There he goes. Got back from the beach, man.
Son, you look like an MPC. You need some new threads.
Got Denver again.
He's about to tear it
Get
up.
ready to light it up tonight.
I was talking shit on my outfit. Son, you look like you need some new threads. What the fuck?
Up next, the Nuggets taking on the Jazz. For Denver,
right,
kind
here
of
we
a
go.
seesaw affair over the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than a 500 team. They look to tip that balance with a win here. Jazz, Nuggets, don't leave your seat. We'll be right back. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. A couple injuries for them. Their rotation perhaps shortened and more minutes now to go around.
With the injuries to some of their key rotation players, even more pressure on their stars to carry them.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. The 4 and the 5. It's Gordon and Jokic. Russell Westbrook out there with Jamal Murray. And it's Watson in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. And it's Haynes in at the small forward. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And so off the tip, it's Denver. Pass to Watson. Gordon a screen. Now here's Watson. Not a lot of room. Inside, just 5 to shoot. And it's Jokic missing. Here's Money.
What's up,
Back
boss?
to George. And here's Collins. His three-pointer's off the mark. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. Now the obvious concern is Nikola Jokic, particularly as a playmaker. Coach told me if Jokic goes off for 40 himself, we can still win if we hold his teammates down. But that's tough when he's hitting those guys in their favorite spots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Kept alive. Here's Haynes. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Pass to Jokic.
Stay here.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Shoots from 12. Kicks it out to Gordon. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Sexton slams it in.
You can see the explosive athleticism that caught the eye of NBA scouts. Sexton with the dunk.
Outside Westbrook. Watson surveying the D. And Peyton Watson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to stand your ground. Had his feet set, took the hit, and got the call. That is a rugged defensive play.
For Utah, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. When it's all said and done, Jokic, Greg, is going to be the Nuggets' career leader in many categories.
And he's already their franchise leader in rebounds, assists, triple-doubles, and playoff points, and many other advanced stats as well.
Here's Murray following the basket by Colin Sexton. Knocks down the three ball.
Awesome,
you see,
Mustard.
before you could give Aaron Gordon a cushion from deep. At this point, though, he has honed that part of his arsenal.
George passes to Collins. Pass to Kessler. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Here's George. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out.
Love the activity by Murray. Great to see him hustling on defense like that.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now, here is George. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Here's Sexton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Greg Colin Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Watson. That one a little long. Utah has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
I think one of the impressive things about the young Walker Kessler is you know what you're going to get night by night. Great shot blocking and consistent rebounding and defense.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. BB, one thing about Kessler, he will challenge anybody at the rim. Wow.
There's no question, Kevin. Walker Kessler is one of those guys who's not afraid to get dunked on. He is a rim protector of the highest order. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, but he's always going to try to do his job.
And the Jazz with possession here. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Pass to Sexton. George with the screen on Westbrook. Here's Sexton. Rebound by the Nuggets. Westbrook up top, defended by George. Westbrook kicks to Murray. Now Jokic. Over Sexton. Good on the bucket. Jokic has got his second basket.
he's so skilled on the interior. Jokic plays with so much force and leverage down low.
Down low, here's Haynes. It's hauled in by Watson.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Denver passing it around. Pass to Jokic. Over Kessler. Misses off the left iron. Utah trailing here. Here's Money. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Collins with it. Defended by Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Faded away to create the space.
Typically, you see John Collins work the mid-range at some point. He's dialed in right there.
Pass to Gordon. Back to Murray. Got a piece of it. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Jazz have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Money. It's George on the wing. Clock at 4. Kessler setting the pick for George. Hands it from downtown.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Here's Murray. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Gordon deciding where to go with it. To the inside. Fades and shoots. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Outside, Sexton. Six to shoot. Tries from 10. And Utah again with the bucket.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Pass to Gordon. Murray with it. Floats one up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
And there's an aggression to Murray's game. Willing to battle there for the bucket.
Here's Collins. Back to George. Launches a 3. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Here's Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside, George. Sexton against Jokic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Hey, DB, what do you make of Colin Sexton's nickname, Young Bull?
Kevin, I think it's a very apt moniker because this guy is relentless. He attacks you with his defense. He's going to come at you with a ton of youthful energy, and he will not back down.
And that one misses. Doris, when you think of the Utah Jazz, where do they fit in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, think about it, Kev. The Gobert and Mitchell era was successful, but they couldn't get to the ultimate prize. So then you trade those 2 players away, you get a load of picks. This is the direction you've chosen, but now it's going to take some time and some patience.
Now here's Murray. Off target from 3-point range.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Well, there's some recent news, and now on the phone we go to Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, what's going on?
Thank you, Kevin. Just now surfacing is the news in San Antonio about the first trade with the New York Knicks. They've made an aggressive move to bring in Mitchell Robinson. He can protect the rim and he can get out on shooters. He just has so much energy on that side of the floor. It changes what you can do defensively, and that by itself can make all the difference.
Always some exciting news happening in the NBA. We thank Shams for always bringing it to us. Here's Sexton following the score by Aaron Gordon. From outside the arc, the shot by Sexton, no good. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report.
Come on, MP. Need to make something happen.
What the fuck is this?
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Detroit. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Haynes in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Here's Pickett following the basket by Colin Sexton. Stolen by Kessler. They push it up 4 on 3. On deep, Collins. That's it.
Ooh.
He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
A little relentless opportunity there for John Collins, the and one.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I think let's give them credit as well for the job they've done getting to the free throw line. It's been a huge factor for them.
And that one falls for Collins. And when you look at John Collins' advanced numbers, Doris, they jump off the page.
Yeah, probably the advanced numbers you're referencing, Kevin. Offensive rating, true shooting percentage. And when you look at it through that lens, Collins is absolutely able to score from a variety of spots on the floor, and the guy's an absolute terror on the glass.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Collins setting the pick for Sexton. The 11-footer, and Utah. Again with the bucket.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Pass to Strother. Jokic a screen. And that one's good. Strother. Strother's got 5 now.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Damn, they're just not letting me get
now,
my shot.
here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. And there it is for him.
And guys, for Colin Sexton, it's really about taking smart shots, because when he does, you can see he's got the ability to catch fire.
Jokic with his screen on George. Here's Pickett. Misses the baby hook. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. They lead by 4, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
You know what? The stats certainly looked good, but the fact of the matter is they couldn't deliver in the clutch moments, and that's something you've got to figure out moving forward.
Jazz leading by 4. Here's Money. 26 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous. The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And a deep 3 from Jokic. No good on the quick 3. Utah has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Pass to Money. And here's George. To the left side wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Haynes passes to Sexton. And here's George for 3. Strother grabs the miss. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Johnshaw. Still yet to score. Now here's Jokic. He's guarded by Collins. Jokic with the bucket.
Smooth like butter. Jokic can make you pay from anywhere.
Outside, George. Pass to Money. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists. In the game. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And here's Jokic. He's covered by Kessler. And it's Sexton penetrating. Haynes passes to Sexton. No good from outside. The Nuggets trail by 6. Pass to Strother. To the paint. Here's Jokic. Tries again. It's Jokic inside.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Kessler. Here's Haynes. And there's the drive. It is not good. He's made half of his 6 attempts. Out to the wing. Sexton against Jokic. Here's Najee. Pass to Strother. Clock is at 3. Spins. Converts after the nice spin. Strother's got 7 points for the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Haynes drops in the layup for 2.
Give me that.
Here's Pickett. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Jazz on D. 4-point game. Now here's Murray. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And inside Murray's attacking mentality pays off. He just works hard to find his own shot.
Pass to Kessler. Outside, Sexton. Sexton gets a screen from Haynes. Clock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Here's Money. 8 points for him. Right side, Sexton. Makes it off the glass. Sexton's got 17.
Yeah, Colin Sexton percolating right now. They just are letting him go absolutely off.
Westbrook finds. Gordon. Pass to Murray. Over George. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got 5 rebounds tonight.
I am on that Jazz. That
Haynes
Kabaj.
passes to George. Here's Money. The shot's good on the assist by George. And now a 6-point Jazz lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Watson.
Won 7 of the last 8, dude.
Gordon kicks to Watson. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Fuck.
Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. You know, when you talk about this Jazz team, Doris, you have to mention head coach Will Hardy.
You certainly do, Kevin, because remember, he came from the Boston Celtics organization. He also had a history in San Antonio. He is known as an excellent tactician. He does an incredible job scouting. Utah always one of the best prepared teams.
Yeah.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Lepowski, he's checked in for Walker
2
Kessler.
Dunkaroos in a row.
Markkanen comes in for John Collins. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. Here's Westbrook, following the bucket by the Jazz. They grab their own miss. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lauri Markkanen.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his
what
points,
the fuck, dude?
They haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. And Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. And we thank you for your report. Deflects the pass, stolen by Markkanen. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And it's Collier missing.
Trash.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Westbrook with it. And it's Clarkson picking him
sir.
up. And that one drops.
What?
Westbrook's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, this is Russell Westbrook's comfort zone, right? Good size at the guard position, excellent vertical. It's easy for him in there.
Here's Collier. 8 points for him.
No foul.
It's rebounded by Jamal Murray.
Dang.
Nuggets have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Softly drops in the floater. Now just a 3-point Jazz lead.
Cooking.
And this is who Murray is, a natural
He's got that
scorer
Earl.
who looks for ways to get himself going.
Yeah, get dunked on.
A few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And here are the Nuggets now. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Gordon's got 11 points.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
1:44 left to play here in the second quarter.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Murray looking around. This one for 3. And it's Gordon missing. Utah leading by 4. Clarkson outside. 1:10 left in the first half. It's rebounded by Jamal Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand.
Well, you have to respect the physicality of Russell Westbrook. This guy plays with power, and he will go right through a defender.
Now, here's Markkanen. He has yet to score. Clarkson outside. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Utah's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Murray outside. Pulls it up. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Murray's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play.
Come on, Clarkson. You could have passed that up, dude.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Jazz lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily.
That dunk was crazy.
Hey there, everybody. With the All-Star break on the horizon, let's first have a look at the players vying for a spot in the three-point contest. And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure about that, Ernie? I sense Shaq getting restless over there.
Hey, my mistake, big fella. Someone put crazy talk on the teleprompter. I was just, going along with it for giggles.
I'm not giggling, Ernie.
Come on, try it. Come on. I bet I can make you giggle.
I'm ticklish, Ernie. I'm ticklish. I don't want to worry. I'm ticklish.
And let's review how things are going for the Jazz. They find themselves in a tight one here at the half.
Dunk.
Well, one stat in their favor is the one they haven't.
There it is.